Okay, now we're in episode 3, and we're still going through the metering and brief overview of how Isaiah 53 literally keys off the meter of Psalm 90 and answers specific verses that have that same meter in Isaiah 53. The last group that we need to go through is right here, Psalm 90 verse 16 and 17, and that's depicted right here in the Hebrew with 56 syllables right here, and Isaiah of course uses another 56 syllables, and I had already talked about that before. In Isaiah 53, I'll show you right here. I don't know if it's going to light up. It won't light up, so you're just going to have to sort of look. The first column here, Isaiah 53, 1 and 2, which is in the far left, sort of in the middle. Isaiah 53, 1 and 2 is 56 syllables. Okay? Isaiah 53, 5 and 6, which you can see more easily with the orange dots. Actually, 5 is above it. That was the versification I changed that made me discover all this. God knows what he's doing. Isaiah 53, 5 and 6, you can see in the middle the little blue 5 and the little blue 6. Okay, that's also 56 syllables. So Isaiah 53, 5 and 6 is 56 syllables. Isaiah 53, 1 and 2 is 56 syllables. Those 56 syllables are answered, as I said before, within Isaiah, are answers to Psalm 9 and 10, which is also 56 syllables. I really wish the mouse wouldn't move so much. Hold on, let me get this so you can see it better on screen. There. Okay, that's one place where there's 56 syllables, and the other one is right here. Okay? Now, the content of Psalm 90, 16 and 17 is showing your deeds to your servants and having the favor of the Lord rest upon us. Works of our hands. That's really very clever. Okay? As you can see, when you look at the content of Isaiah 53, 1 and 2, that is the hand of the Lord being revealed. In other words, he takes on humanity. Hand is a very cute shorthand way of saying Christ takes on humanity. You'll see him use that term also in Isaiah 53:10. But right now we're looking at 53, 1 and 2. Okay, show your deeds to your servants. Okay, to whom is the arm of the Lord been revealed? That's Isaiah 53, 1. So he's answering Psalm 90, verse 16 and 17. Yeah, the Lord comes. That's the incarnation. Isaiah 53, 1 and 2 is about the incarnation, which we despised. Okay, we didn't respect him. And it talks about that in Isaiah 53, 1 and 2, and then also in Isaiah 53, 5 and 6, which is the ending, when he goes to the cross. Is how Isaiah 53, 5 begins, and that's about him being pierced for our sins. Okay? And how we just all go astray. But he still is established. He is still vindicated by God. That's what Isaiah 53, 9 is about. Okay, and 12 too, for that matter. Alright, so 56 syllables in Isaiah 53, 1 and 2, and 5 and 6 talk back to Psalm 90, verses 16 and 17, and also talk back to, because there's two instances of 56 syllables in both the Psalm 90 and in Isaiah 53. There are two sets of 56s. And the second set of the 56 we just saw in Psalm 90, and then the first one in Psalm 90 was verses 9 and 10. Okay, so it's real obvious to see that it's an amalgamated answer, both using 56 syllables in Isaiah 53. Because this, verses 9 and 10 in Psalm 9 and 10, Psalm 90, are talking just about us. Okay? And how we despise him and how we didn't regard him. Okay, but he still showed us the work of his hands, and he still vindicated the Jews. This is what hurts me the most. The Jews are vindicated by Messiah, and yet they won't believe in him. You couldn't ask for more proof that God exists and that he's the God of the Jews than this timeline of Messiah. It is so bald. There's no holy book makes this claim. No, there's nowhere, no religion, no nothing that can touch this. All right? The Jews are so vindicated, and yet they won't believe in Messiah. It makes me want to kill myself. It really does. Every day I just want to cry. But that's it. Okay, so that's the overview as far as just so that you get the sense of, Isaiah 53 is a deliberate answer to Moses, even down to using the same syllables, and even down to using the same, starting point. Moses is writing in the year he's going to die, so he's starting current, and he's telling you a timeline via this prayer of a 350-year period that's going to count down to human king's beginning. So Isaiah's picking up on that same theme, and Isaiah starts writing his report. His report begins in Isaiah 53:1 because the decree of God, which corresponds to this part of Psalm 90, is in Isaiah 52:13 through 15. Well, 13 through 14, and then 53:12. Okay, he splits up. Remember I said he splits up the 84 into two 42s. And you'll see that in my Isaiah 53 video. You should have seen it in the introduction to the Psalm 90 video, because I sort of subsumed the results of the Isaiah 53 there, so you knew what to look at when you're seeing this. Okay, so that's that part of it. So he's doing the same kind of biographical, Moses is saying, hi, I'm in year 1400, what you're going to know is 1400 BC. I'm writing about what's, going to be the story for life, but I'm going to, forecast it beginning 350 years after I write. Okay, well, Isaiah's doing the same thing. Isaiah starts his in Isaiah 52:13 with the decree, and then he starts his own chronology in Isaiah 53:1, and then the syllabification goes from 712 BC all the way to 37 AD, from Isaiah 53:1 through 53:12. So he's aping what Moses did deliberately. I hope you can see that idea at least, and you can test this on your own. I'm going to try and give you enough data so you can test it. Now I'm going to go through something else that's going to be kind of important. This syllabification is self-auditing. That's how I got it. I made mistakes like 4 times before I figured out Moses' meter. And I made a lot more mistakes before I figured out Isaiah's, because I didn't know that Isaiah was keying off Moses at first. Now I do. I see it's real bald. Okay, so here you go, and your first 3 verses are color-coded in sort of a Wedgwood blue. That's to help you see that they're all divisible by 8. 8 is the factor used in that verse. 8 is the factor of the plan of God. I said that in the Isaiah videos, but I didn't know why it was true. Now I know why it's true, because Isaiah is keying off Moses, and that's what Moses is saying. See? You're our dwelling place for generations. That's verse 1. Verse 2, from everlasting to everlasting, you're God. Okay, you can read the whole verse. I'm just keying off certain parts of it. And then here, you make us return. Yeah, how is that? That's his decree. You see why Isaiah is keying off the decree? And then here is the famous, 1,000 years or one day. So that's why Isaiah uses that to introduce and to end his chapter. But I've color-coded it in blue so you know it's divisible by 8. All of the 7s are color-coded in gold. You'll see me also do that in my How God Orchestrates Time videos and worksheets, because that represents the 490. 490 is 77s. Now here we have 2 anomalies, which I'm not 100% sure why he does it this way. Verse 5 is about how men are basically sleepwalking through life, and how their lives are just about as brief as the grass. James talks about that in Vapor Trail, and James 2? Might be James 1. 101 syllables here isn't divisible by anything. Alright, so I think this is Moses' way of saying our lives are useless by ourselves. Okay, it's just a flood of sleep. Actually, they translate it as if it's a flood of sleep that we are, more or less, in the translations. But I don't think that's really what they're trying to say. The LXX makes this look like we flood on stage of the world, and we think we're so important, and yet we're really just sleepers. We're just asleep. We just end up being asleep. This is you will be, and this is the word for sleep in Hebrew. Okay? I think sometimes I mix that up with years in my other videos. But this word here means sleep, not years. It's shena, not shana.